All right, so let's talk about how to write an objective. And if you look in our week 2 folder, you will see that there is a PowerPoint here, chapter 5 PowerPoint called Goals, Standards, and Objectives. So I'm going to pull that up now and I want to talk about it. First thing, just an update for week 2, like we've discussed before. Make sure you're doing your discussion board activity, your field experience. You need to get the letter. There's a letter in the field experience folder to give to your cooperating teacher. You have a log that you need to fill out, and you also need to make sure you get your contract in to Mary Sandoval by week 3, and then you'll be doing your objectives assignment. So in this PowerPoint, remember we talked about standards and where to find standards, okay? You're going to use these standards to build your objective, all right? And we talked about on the lesson plan, you put the information on the standard at the top of the lesson plan, and all of this is going to be filled in, and then eventually we'll work on our objective, which is what we're doing for the week 3 assignment. So going back to the PowerPoint, you're going to learn how to write an objective, all right? An objective is a statement in specific and measurable terms that describes what the learner will know or be able to do as a result of this activity. And last time in one of the videos I talked about you always need to know the end in mind, like what do you want to test them on or what do you want to see them accomplish? That's the end. So you're going to write an objective that is going to support that assessment. So you take the standard. What is the grade level expectation? Remember, all of that is over here in this. Here's your standard is right here, life science. Grade level expectation is 6th grade. And then you go back, what is the evidence outcome that you're going to be teaching? Remember, evidence outcomes, there might be more than one. Here's A, B, and C. For this specific standard, the teacher would be teaching just B only on this one day, on this one lesson plan, and then you write your objective. And that's what we're doing. So again, here's another copy of what a standard looks like. You know that. Where you find your grade level expectation, your evidence outcome, and so on. All right, so here's some information. Here's an example from math standards, what they copied and pasted. There's going to be videos for you to watch. You need to take a look at that. So the purpose of an objective is it will guide you, the teacher, in planning and delivery of instruction. And remember, end in mind, the evaluation of student achievement. By knowing where you intend to go, you increase the chances of ending up there. And this will guide the learner by helping him or her have a focus and goal for learning. Sometimes you'll see teachers put the objective on the board in the classroom before the lesson. It's just guiding the learner by helping them focus and know what's coming, right? All right, so we will be writing in this class SMART objectives. There's videos that I've posted, but a SMART objective is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-oriented or time-bound. You'll see here it's color-coded, dark blue, light blue, green, turquoise, and orange. So when you're writing your objective, it is also helpful if you want to make sure you highlight the certain words that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. In colors, it will make sure you have everything you need, and I'll show you an example. So remember, when you're doing a specific verb, this is where you state what you'll do, and you'll use an action word, okay? Specific answers the question, what is to be done? How will you know it's done? And so on. Now, when I talk about the action verb, where do you think we get that? We get that, of course, from Bloom's taxonomy, which we talked about. Remember, is it a higher level learning or a lower level of learning that you're looking for with the students on this one day? It doesn't always have to be high learning. It can be various stages. But that verb that we got from the charts in Bloom's is where you're going to get that word, okay? Just wanted to bring that up. So measurable, go ahead and read this PowerPoint closely. Time oriented, how long is it going to take you? 45 minutes, 30 minutes, and so on. I will be looking. If you were teaching kindergarten, it only might be a 15-minute lesson. If you're teaching 7th grade or high school, it could be a 45-minute to a 90-minute lesson. I will be looking to make sure that you understand that students have different levels of learning ability, and your time orientedness should match that. All right, so again, remember Bloom's, looking at the different verbs that you would use. If you're looking at the lowest level, you might have them define. So students will be able to define. Students will memorize. Students will record. If you're doing comprehension or the next level, you will say students will be able to summarize. Students will be able to discuss. Students will be able to identify, and so on. That's how we're getting the language for our objective, all right? There's the other levels. Remember we talked about balloons. Most moving on, and so on. So we always start an objective with students will, and then here's the verb. They will create a timeline of all important battles in World War II with 100% accuracy, and I would add in a 30-minute class period. All right, that makes it timely. All right, this is measurable, um, and that's how you would write your objective. All right, this one wasn't, I improved it, but this one is more improved. Um, I would start with students will depict 10 major World War II battles in chronological order on a timeline within the 45-minute class period. But again, it's missing with accuracy, with 85% accuracy. Now, why wouldn't I do 100, right? It might be that the student, um, you're going to have some students that are going to excel and you're going to have some that are lower. So I'm shooting for a high accuracy here, but it may not be 100%, and that's okay. If it's first time you're teaching, it might be a 75% accuracy. That's okay. All right, so basically I want you to look at this PowerPoint. Your assignment will look something like this. You will turn it in. You will give me the grade, the standard, which is high school or element or second grade. Civics, is it math? You're going to give me the prepared graduates. You're going to give me the grade level expectation, student outcome, and then you will write your objective. And you can color code it however you want. I would probably like to see a code. So if you're doing specific is red and measurable is you know blue or so on, a code would be nice. And you will simply turn in 5. I would like to see these numbered. So I'd like to see number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. You're going to do this 5 times. I don't care if you want to do like 1 English language arts, 1 math, 1 science, 1 social studies. That's fine. You're just going to have to find those standards for them, but you can do it however you want to with that. Um, but you will turn this in, and I will be available to Zoom with you to make sure you are catching on. All right, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.